How's it going, everybody? It's Frisby Moonsong here. Yow! And today we are coming at you with a new idea. Now, I know that the new Lightning Overdrive set has just come out, and some of you are struggling to get some of the cards you want. Well, I have some solutions for you. Now, one card you might need to get in the Lightning Overdrive if you are playing this deck, which I'm going to give you, is a secret rare. But you know what? That's okay, because we only need that one. And the deck we are looking at today is Drytron. I know you see Gishki over there, but it's Drytron. We call it Drytron. So, the idea is to try and make more of a budget deck that you don't have to get all the expensive cards from the set, and you don't have to fork out your pocket. All you need to get is a simple Drytron Meteor Faenir, which is a really awesome card, really good for the Drytron strategy, and you would only need one because it's not such a big deal. This is a deck idea I've been theory crafting for a bit, and it's stupid, but it's so good. So today we have a deck profile for you, and we have a replay so you can see how it works. It's only been in a little bit of a test run. I mean, you don't need the droplets. Like, you can play kaijus. I don't even own droplets myself, so you can play kaijus. This is just basically for going second. You might need to play a red reboot because infinite impermanence kills the deck. But other than that, you know what? It's really exciting. So let us get into the deck profile, and then I will get into the dueling book replay, because we're going to be using dueling book for that because it's helpful, you know. But for this video, I am going to be giving away. Remember, I spoke about the rest of the Ghost from the Past boxes. So I'm going to be giving away another Ghost from the Past box. Yes, and this is sponsored by our Solar Pop that is sponsoring us. So thank you so much, Solar Pop, the leading distributor of tabletop games in South Africa. Thank you so much for these. So this is going to go away to one of you. In a week from now, we will be announcing the winner of this box. I will be selecting the comments at random, so you will have to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see what more is coming your way. So all you have to do is literally comment about your silly ideas for decks that are not cliche. For example, mixing weird archetypes together, like the deck I made earlier on, which was Mermail Dinos earlier on in the channel. Or if you look at this is a crazy mishmash as well, which we haven't seen in a long time. So let's get straight to it. It's a bit of a generic deck, but you know what? It's really cool. So first of all, we have Drytron Alpha Thuban. This is obviously the searcher of the ritual monster, so it's really good. Just tribute a ritual monster or a ritual monster or another Drytron, that was it, and you can summon this and you get a search of a ritual monster, which is pretty cool. Then you need Altaeus. You need Altaeus because Delta Altaeus, because you need draws in this deck, because basically what you're trying to do is draw into your big combo play, and you'll see what the big combo play is after we get past all the Drytron monsters. So next we've got Delta Altaeus, and after that we've got the Gamma, which is really good for spamming the board for more monsters, because you're going to have to Sayuja in this deck because you want all the draw power. Some people might want to play 2 Sayuja if they can get to that, which is really cool, but I just play 1 for now and it's really working. Then we have the last one, which is Zeta. Zeta is obviously the searcher for your ritual spell. You need to get to Meteor in this Drytron. But yes, this is the Drytron package you need. So we play 3 Alpha, 2 Delta, 2 Gamma, and then 3 Zeta, which is, I feel like, the right ratios for this deck right now. Still in the theory crafting phase, so if you guys can actually make it a little bit better, I implore you to, and send me back your results. So, moving on from the Drytrons, we have the big boy of the deck, Gale Dogra. Now, as you can see here, it says you must pay 3,000 life points to send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. You will see where this comes in later on. This is your normal summon of the deck. You have to normal summon in this in your turn to let the combo go off, and you will see how it works. Now, you would think, oh, pay 3,000 life points, but I only have 8,000. Yes, well, we'll see how that works later on. This is the spice. So, for more searching power, we're going to have, Gishki Shadow, the searcher for the Gishki ritual spell card, which, by the way, let me get to that. So you'll search for the Gishki spell card. It's just for more consistency, more searching. Obviously, Drawn Lockbird also kills this deck, but you can find ways to out it. You can't play Psyframe, unfortunately. Called by the Grave would be really, really good to play, so we have to find some ways to out that. Then next up is Gishki Vision. This is the searcher for the ritual monster of the Gishki strategy. Also, both of these cards, you can use them as a whole tribute for a ritual summon. Sadly, they don't work with Meteor and Drytron, but thankfully we've got Gishki Aquamirror, which is really, really nice. Then for the Cyber Angels, we've got Cyber Angel Ben 10 just for the extra search, and then we play Cyber Angel Ida 10 for the ritual spell searcher. Remember, these are not once per turn. All these effects are not once per turn, except for the Drytrons over here. But all these effects, these, they are not once per turn. Key thing to remember. Then we have Gishki Zero Gygus. This is your big boy. You can ritual summon this card with any Gishki ritual spell card, and once per turn you can pay 1,000 life points. That's your cost. You pay 1,000 life points, and then you reveal the top card of your deck. You draw it and you reveal it, and if it's a Gishki card, you have to shuffle a card on the field into the deck. Mandatory if it's a Gishki card. But if it's not, you don't shuffle, but you still get a free draw, which is really, really nice. Yes, you pay 1,000 life points, I understand that. But at least you still get the free draw. And this is once per turn, but it's a soft once per turn, which means you can use it as long as you summon it again and again and again and again and again, which is a lot of nice draw power, which is really good as long as you don't draw a Gishki, because then you're shuffling your own cards back into your deck, and this is what you want to do for your first turn. Then we are going to go for Drytron Faenir. This is for obviously getting the Drytron Nova to your hand, which special summons any of your Drytron monsters, which is really, really good. Then we are going to go to the other spells. This is Forbidden Droplets. Now, I know some of you may not own Forbidden Droplets, but this is just good for going second. If you do not have Forbidden Droplets, I do recommend either playing Kaiju's, Called by the Grave, or there's another card I was thinking of just now, and it just completely blanked from my head. I can't remember what it is. But so far, yes. Kaiju's, Called by the Grave. Red Reboot is really good. And then there's also that one ritual monster. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. But it is a ritual monster that you discard, and it negates an effect that would target your monster. So it can at least stop the infinite impermanence, which is really, really good for going first. And if we move on, we have Gishki Aquamirror. Now this card is used to ritual summon any Gishki monster as long as the total levels are equal to the levels of the ritual monster. But then, one thing that's cool is that this is an invocation before invocation was invocation, because this was the early ritual invocation that made Gishki so broken back in the day. So basically what it says is you can target one Gishki ritual monster in your graveyard, return that target to hand, and shuffle this card from your graveyard into your deck. Now, that's exactly what Invocation does, but Invocation targets a banished monster. However, Gishki Aquamirror is not a once per turn. It is not a hard once per turn. So you can continuously shuffle this back as long as there's a Gishki monster in your grave forever, which is really, really cool. Then we have the Meteor and the Drytron. I think you can kind of see where I'm getting at. Like, you're going to be spamming these things a lot. Then we have the Meteor and the Drytron. Obviously, the ritual spell for the Drytron strategy. This is going to be used to summon your Cyber Angel Benton and your Ida 10. It's for the combo at the beginning. It's basically to start off. And then you were wondering why we are paying 3,000 life points. Well, we have this. Telekinetic Charging Cell. An equip spell. Now, I've been trying to find a way to put Power Tool Dragon into this, but unfortunately it's so hard, especially with the Drytrons, because Drytrons do make it more consistent. But the effect of this card reads, equip it to any psychic monster. You do not have to pay life points to activate its effects. When the equipped monster is destroyed and this card is sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points to return this card to your hand. Now, why we do this is because we have ways to turn Gale Dogra into a psychic monster, which is obviously by Reproducus. So, because we're spamming the field with a whole bunch of Drytron monsters, and we're normal summoning this, we get the Reproducus, and we equip it with this. Boom! Free extra deck sends for life. I mean, can Herald the Diviner beat that? No, I don't think so. Gale Dogra is a boss, okay? This card is amazing. So, yes, we have the Gale Dogra that doesn't pay anything. It is not even a once per turn, so it can continuously send and send and send and send and send, which is pretty broken, and you'll see why following on. We have the Herald of the Arclight that can continuously be sent to add a ritual monster or ritual spell from deck to hand. We have the Totally Awesome that can add any water monster from the grave back to your hand, which is your Zeogaigas's. Hello! And then we have the Omega, which instantly shuffles itself and any of these cards that you are sending back to your extra deck, or to be sent all over again with Gale Dogra. Do you see where I'm going with this? I think you do. Then we have other extra deck monsters. I mean, you can play whatever you feel like. The rest doesn't matter. Oh, you need Drytron Faenir. It just makes it more consistent. It's the one secret rare you need. It's really good. You know, I think you should give it a try, and it's really nice. And the other card that you need is Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. Now, if you notice, Zeogaigas is a level 10. What does that mean? Level rank 10 spams! And you can inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. What? And then we've got Omega to keep sending this back to the extra deck? I wonder where we're going with this. Well, obviously we need some link monsters to link it away. So you're going to have to play at least Nightmare Phoenix. You play Cross Sheep for the draw power in case you don't draw into your power play, because that's what you're basically doing. You're going to need the Sayuja for more draw power. You're going to need the Unicorn for another link monster to link the Gustav away. You're going to need Generator Transverser or any other link 2s. Basically any other link 2s or link 3s are really, really good, because you're just trying to basically link this off into something else to keep the plays going, which is really, really nice. And then obviously we've got the Reproducus for the monster level change. We have the Linkaribo to link away your Drytron monsters, which is really nice. And then we have IP in case you don't make an insane board, but you don't really need IP. You can make it any other link 2 that you feel is relevant with the deck. And then for other monsters, you can put like Lorelask and a Divine Arsenal Zeus, because you know what, if you have XZs, might as well play a Zeus. And this is just to clear boards going second. You don't need the Zeus. I mean, you can play something else. You've always got like a whole bunch of link options. This is just whatever you feel, but the necessary ones are Herald, Omega, Fafnir. You need the Gustav, you need a Toad, you need a Cross Sheep, and you need the Sayuja and the Reproducus, and then at least 1, 2, 3 link 2s that you can go into, because you have to link this away at least 3 times in order to get it back. So that is basically the deck profile. I mean, a side deck, you literally need to play like back row hate in case you go into back rows. I mean, Twin Twister is always good, Evenly is always good, because what you're doing is you're just trying to clear your opponent's board so you can FTK them. Yes, it's an FTK. I'm degenerate, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not that degenerate, but it's a cool way to play it. That way you don't have to pay, pay so much for those, for the diviners, in the secondary markets. But if you pull the diviners, go ahead and play the insane, Herald, Fairy Drytron, which is still really good. I do recommend it, but this is for the people who can't quite get there as well, you know. We have the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, Board Clears, Harpy's Feather Duster, Dark Hole, Called by the Grave should probably be main decked, probably take out Droplets, of course. Raigeki, which is really, really good in general. Red Reboot should probably main deck that for the Infinite Impermanences, because that kills you as well. But yes, this is I think a really, really solid deck, and it's been doing really, really well. Unfortunately, you can't Dark Ruler no more because you're trying to FTK. But remember, these things can shuffle the whole field into the deck. So if you're looking for that, this is really, really good for that. Right, now we've pretty much got the deck list sorted out, and I think we can kind of see the strategy. So let's get on moving to a replay. I want to thank this person for joining me in the replay, for being my replay dummy. You know what, I'll leave your name on here. So thank you, sir, Mr. L31893, for being the replay dummy. I just went onto a random game and I decided to try this. Luckily, he had no hand traps. I know I was lucky, but well, he didn't draw the imperm, or draw at least, because Ash doesn't really matter. But yes, let's give this a go. Here, we're going to fast forward the replay and you guys can check it out. I will be explaining it to you as we go along. As you can see, we can summon the Drytron, link summon, tribute into the Ben 10, tribute Ben 10, get the Zero Geigus, draw one, and we get the Ida 10. Now we can overlay into Meteor Fafner, send the Zeta, Zeta can tribute the Ida 10 to get the Meteornus, Meteor's tributes from Fafner to summon Ida 10, Ida 10 can search the Gishki, and then we get the Drytron back. This is where we make cross cheap. Now if you look at the play that we're trying to make, you can kind of see what the cards do. We're basically getting all that draw power in just to try and get to our pieces. Now if we look, we've got one of the pieces already, telekinetic charging cell. We pull the one and then the Sayuja draws us our Gale Dogra, which is amazing because that means we have full combo. All we have to do, make Padokas, target the Gale Dogra, make him psychic, equip the psychic card, and this is where it all goes mad. Totally awesome, keeps adding the Zeo Geigus back, and if you watch from here on out, you will see how the combo takes place. Literally all we're doing is sending the heralds to add the ritual spells. We make the first Gustav Max, link into another monster, shuffle the Aquamiras back to get the Zero Geiguses. We send the Toad to add the Zero Geiguses, send the Omega to get the Toad back, and then we continuously do this repetitive cycle of getting the Herald there, getting the Omega, sending the Omega back with the Herald, sending them both again, adding the Aquamura, adding them both back, Aquamura, which will summon another Gishki, Aquamura shuffles itself to add the Gishki back, and you can see it's going mad from here. Obviously I forgot to add back the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon with Omega. As you can see, that's another 2000 damage. Thankfully, I want to thank him, because I asked him so kindly to actually wait to allow the replay to go through. So he was patient enough to actually let this all happen. I think he was so excited to see the deck list as well that he was letting it all happen to him. So I think he was more excited for this stupid, crazy idea and didn't actually mind sitting there doing the whole thing. I mean, he probably, to be honest, he probably went to go get like coffee or something, or went to go get something to drink, because I understand. I mean, he could have probably gone to make supper or something. Well, there he minus the life points now, but that was the third one summoned. So if we look at this combo again, there we go, he finally minus the other two. If you, in the chat, I was just reminding him that it happened. He can go back and look in the log anyway. Then we get the Cyframe Omega back, send the Toad again, send the Cyframe again, get the Zero Geiguses back, able to reset everything, and then all we need is the 2 ritual spells. Well, obviously we have to get Gustav back, but we get the 2 ritual spells just to make sure everything is clean and clear. Send the last herald, activate the ritual spell, summon the Zero Geigus, shuffle it back, summon the second Zero Geigus, overlay into the Gustav, and the final damage is in. And that is the replay. So that's the deck idea. You guys can experiment with it how you wish, but it's just a really fun idea for you guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment your crazy ideas that you have made with random deck mashups that you haven't seen before, and I look forward to checking them out. Hey, if you want any of your crazy ideas, send them to me on my Facebook page, and we can see what we can do. We can maybe get featured on the channel. So, thank you so much for watching the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell as always, and we will see you in the next video. From me, Frisby Moonsong, I am out. Cheers, guys. Yow!